60%. All right, here we go. Mark, I love it when you do that countdown, man.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Greetings, citizens! You're now trapped in the nerd cage with your hosts Mark and Jay. We hope you have a smashing good time.
Yes, hello and welcome. That's right, you're trapped in NerdCage Live. This ain't just a reaction show, but a debate show and a live discussion on everything that makes people like you and I tick. So thank you for joining us on this fucking diabolical live stream on a Thursday night. Special spoiler edition on The Boys. I am your co-host, Jay St. G. Please like and subscribe. Coming to you live from Syracuse, New York, and always with me, my man, the Fiend from Louisville, Mark Withers. Bring our guests in, boss.
Hey, what's going on, man? Super excited to be here as usual. And yes, tonight we have a very special guest. He's been here before, but we're always really happy to have him join our live stream. Dion McGill from Off the Beaten podcast. What's up, brother?
What's going on, fellas? Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited. I'm excited to be here, spending this great day with great people, and I'm excited to talk about this show. So, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And happy birthday, man.
Yes.
Yeah, anybody that's in the stream, please wish Dion a happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Yes, how's it feel like to be 21, man?
Like just a quick moment of real talk, like where I come from. So I'm from the south side of the city, reaching I consider this the downward spiral now, like I'm over the hill and kind of going that second half. But reaching this point in my life, dude, a lot of people from my neighborhood don't ever make it this far. I consider myself so lucky. I consider it a gift. And getting to spend it with two cats like you, man. This is the best birthday ever for like a pandemic. You don't get that.
Well, I am flattered you chose to spend your birthday with us. Real quick, shout out to Paul Tackett, Fall One Gaming, just a little luscious Cat F. Thank you for stopping in and hanging out with us tonight. This is awesome. Let's set aside real life for just 1 hour and just hang out, man.
For sure.
So I hope everyone's been watching The Boys, man. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Where do we begin?
Right. I guess we begin at the beginning. First off, like, has anybody watched that short film, that little 5-minute clip that's on YouTube that kind of shows where Billy the Butcher's been?
No, I missed it.
No?
I totally missed it.
No?
Yeah.
Just watch the quick. They just dropped it on us like 3 hours ago, maybe? Like, it was it was literally just dropped.
You sent me the link, and then, yeah.
So, yeah, if anyone who's curious, it explains where Billy has been in the first episode. He's on the run, and he runs, and then he gets help from one of his war buddies, and spoiler alert, it goes sour.
Yeah, it doesn't go as planned. Let's just say that. But it is available on YouTube. We won't say too much more about it. If you haven't seen it yet, just kind of check it out. It definitely adds a little bit of color to the episodes if you've watched those, but you haven't watched the short film yet.
Okay, so Mark, I'm gonna start with you, man. What is it that you love about season 2 so far?
So, all right. So, like, my favorite character on there, I think. Well, I have a couple of favorite characters, but one of my favorite characters is, and I forget her name, like the Japanese character that she doesn't talk, but Kamiko, yeah. Like, I love that character. She's just like so badass and crazy, and like we get a little bit more into like her background and find out about her brother and what they did to her and her brother and the experiments and everything. And I just want to see a little bit more of that, like what happens there. The other character that I'm really psyched about is Stormfront.
Yes.
Like this version of Stormfront Yeah, this version of Stormfront is way different than the character in the front. In the comics, they did a gender swap. So Stormfront in the comics is a man, and he's sort of was actually developed as part of a Nazi program in the 40s. This version is like, I guess, a more modernized feminist version that is like really sarcastic and really brash and very anti-establishment. And I didn't think I was going to like her at first, just from the clips that I saw. But once I saw her in that first episode, I was like, yes.
Dion, come on. I know, what do you guys say about Stormfront? Then I'll put my take.
Oh, dude. I mean, because I think Mark said was kind of how I felt. Initially, I didn't like the character. I was like, oh. and you kind of set up to think that she's like this kind of goody-goody. And she, and it's just like, I'm like, oh, this is going to be interesting, though, because it'll be an interesting dynamic, obviously opposite Homelander.
Yeah.
And then you get to episode 3.
Yes, I know. Man.
Now, I will say this, because I think I said to you guys where we started, I only actually rewatched episode 1, but I actually watched that scene twice. Because as I went through it, I was like, wait, let's go back. And so, like, you get to see how powerful she is.
Yes.
Right.
Hey, shout out to Titan Goji. Titan Goji's in the house. So is Betty Rage and Scotty Bannock's. And the lovely Cindy Lou Withers, thank you for coming in tonight.
Yes.
Wow, so Titan Goji, real quick, great channel, subscribe to that dude. I got him into The Boys. I mean, I probably wasn't the only one that told him to watch it, but he just powered through all the episodes this week.
Oh, wow. Dude, that's
nice.
Thumbs up to you.
Davis, thanks so much for stopping in. It means a lot to us, and thank you for supporting our channel and putting us on your Patreon shout-outs and whatever.
Oh, wonderful, yes.
But Stormfront.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, but when you see, she like has nothing. She's just like, and it goes, because you get that little glimpse, I think it was episode 2 with the electricity.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, okay, she's going to be kind of cute. And then like half the building explodes. People are flying out of windows, just random. And I'm like, oh. And she has no
remorse,
conscience whatsoever. None, right. She don't care. And And I love how at the end, obviously Homelander's super angry. And she like, and I'm interested because, we start to see more of everyone's powers.
Yes.
Because she has no interest in him whatsoever. She's like, whatever. No. And I'm like, oh, like she knows something we don't. I think,
Right.
So, no, amazing.
Yeah, no, for me, I was just like, listen, I've never fallen in love and then fallen out of love so fast. When it comes to Stormfront, she comes in the show, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's sexy. She's got her head half shaved off, and she's got this attitude and this swagger. Especially what really got me, when she went on that tirade on her, when they did that press tour, and she went on that tirade saying, I hated all those fucking Disney sluts at school, and blah, blah, blah. I always thought Pee-Pee Longstocking was the badass. Oh, by the way, if someone tells you to suck your dick, just bite it off. And I'm just like, oh my god, this girl's the ultimate badass. I love her. And then episode 3 happened on the rooftop.
Right.
And then when she killed Kamiko's brother and she said what she said.
That was a bummer.
I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I hate this bitch now.
But I love like complicated characters like that, where like you don't know from 1 minute to the next whether or not you should be rooting for them or whether or not you want them to be killed off.
Yes.
And she's one of those for me, like definitely like in the scenes where she's kind of like dealing with the rest of the 7 or specifically with Homelander because I hate Homelander so much. Like I'm like, yeah, get him. But then you see her interact with people who you actually like more, that are actually good people, and you're just like, no, you gotta, something has to happen to this character.
Yeah, I know, and just like, it's funny because now it's like, I like you, I hate Homelander, and so now I'm like kind of thinking, oh my god, I'm kind of rooting for Homelander over Stormfront. Now I think I hate Stormfront more than I hate Homelander now. Like I think she's like, they're both pieces of shit. They're all assholes, but she's like the worst now. I'm like, oh my god, and
she's worse than he is.
And I love. Here's what I love about it is like she's gaining all this popularity. The press is loving her, and now all of a sudden the spotlight is on her and not Homelander. So it's just like adds a whole other dynamic to the show. I'm like, oh my god, we're seeing more conflicts, more build-ups. Oh my god, it's so great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And can we for a second just like take a second and talk about how awesome Giancarlo Esposito is in this show?
Yes. Oh, I don't have a picture of
He's
him
my
up there.
favorite actor of all time.
Yes.
And like, you know, what I've said about him from the beginning holds true here. I mean, just the fact that he's in it just makes the show like that much better.
Yeah.
You know, that one scene with where Homelander goes to confront him and actually tries to threaten him, and all he does is he just takes his glasses off. how much do you know about Vought? Like, you know what I mean? He's like not scared of him at all. Like, I just love that about him.
He's like a boss, man. He always plays that. He's a boss, and like in every role, he's like the boss, and I love it.
Right.
That was one of my favorite scenes of these 3 episodes. Was that scene, because he put Homelander in his place. So like he, you know, it's like the subtext, because he's like, this is a superhero company. He's like, actually, this is a pharmaceutical company. He goes, you are a sideshow. Like at best, you know,
right?
He just
you're not even the most important of all the superheroes.
And like
just made him feel
small and so fearless, and Homelander just knows. You know, it's amazing. Someone so powerful just knows when they've been put in their place, because he's just like, okay, there's always tomorrow. Yes, there is, sir.
Right.
And he's playing such a limited role too, but when he's on, it's like on, dude, like.
Right.
Also, the scene with the negotiations at the very beginning, like that scene is amazing. You know, them talking to the contract. Like he's like, who are they supposed to report to? Same person they always report to.
Me.
Like,
right.
I was like, that's
How
right.
many casualties are you talking about? Oh, you know, publicly 0, but you know, cone of silence 34%. Like just very calm. Like.
Yes, it's so harkened back to Fring in Breaking Bad to me.
Yeah, Gus. Yeah.
Right.
Gus, yeah, such a cool, calm, collected, but dangerous character, and you could just tell.
Switch. You can just switch like that, dude.
Yes. Oh, so great, so great. I was just, and I was waiting for him in that scene with Homelander for him to whip out like some red eyes or something too. I was like,
that's what I thought was going to happen. Like, you find out that he took the compound V, and then like he actually has powers, which we may find out still. You know,
I'm hoping. I want that dude to be all powerful.
Okay, let me get some of these chats here. We got Kat F says, I got one of my friends to watch, and she powered through it all week as well. Connor McMuffin says Pelosi. Paul Tackett, there will be a fight for the power of the 7. Titan Goji, redemption seems to be a huge part of the series, and it really plays on when you have people to who do terrible things while being held to such high standards, and it really makes you think. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm really glad this show's really resunating with people, and they're really like, you know, taking it in, and like, yeah, dude, the show does make you think, and it entertains as well.
That's such a good point. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna be thinking about that all night, because it's amazing.
Yeah, it's really insightful.
I always think like, what would, you know, and for me it's always in terms of usually money. Like, what would I be like if I was rich? Like, if I was just like, if I had $1 billion, would I still be the same person?
If you had those powers, you know.
I know I used to talk with my students. I used to be a teacher, and I tell my kids all the time, if I was a billionaire, I'd probably be a jerk. Like, that's reality, you know? Like, it's just the way things go, you know?
Money changes people. It's like that House of Pain song. Same motherfucker I ever was.
Right.
Now I can actually do what I want to do. Start throwing stuff out of windows. No, that's such a great point, you know? Oh, I dig that. Thank you, Titan Goji, for that, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love hearing you guys' thoughts, man. So listen, I want to talk about my favorite scene so far, and it's probably the one that everybody's talking about, like on the internet, and on Facebook, and everything. That goddamn whale scene. Fucking diabolical.
I knew that was coming.
Yo, fun fact. They built a real life like replica, like they actually built that. It was from practical effects. They actually built a whale with like accurate like insides and everything, like from a museum and whatever.
Oh wow!
And it's all like fake, like it's like real blood, not like real blood, but it's not like CGI blood. It's actually practical blood that they used.
Right, practical effects. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
For those who are watching right now, I got a picture of the whale scene up right now on the show. Right where the boat's hitting it.
That was the best. I just picture a bunch of people sitting when they write this show and be like, So what would everyone else do? And they'd be like, well, there's a whale. They'd be caught. And they're like, yeah, let's just go through it. But you're just like, well, so much for that. Oh, that was the best. Oh, my God.
But how bad of a miscalculation was that on the part of the deep? You know what I mean? Because I feel like, with these guys, like you pretty much have a good indication of like what they're capable of. And especially Billy the Butcher, like, he's not going to stop for a whale. Nope. So, I don't know.
He's like, do I care? No.
No, what really killed me, shout out to Scotty Bannock, he says Pinocchio is going to hang back, perfect writing. Yes, that line was great. Pinocchio's hanging back because, Pinocchio and the whale and shit.
Right. Nice.
Oh my God, and then, of course he says that, the diabolical line when he's just coming out of the whale. Oh my God, it killed me. It killed me, dude.
Yeah.
I also, one thing I was thinking, I loved Huey's reaction. And he was just like, I'm just going to stay here, guys.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's been through so much.
I'm sitting in a whale. My girlfriend basically exploded. I'm just going to sit here. And then Mother Milk's so nice. It's like, well, if you're going to stay, because me, I would have grabbed the cat by his hair. Like, But he was like, if you're going to stay, I'm going to stay.
That shit must have stank.
Oh, it did.
Blubber. It's got to be bad.
Oh my God! So yeah, it brings me that's a good way to transition. So you were just talking about Huey and whatnot. So what really makes this the beginning? I mean, they clear things up, but the beginning of this season is the tension between Billy and Huey.
Right. Yeah.
That adds a really nice dynamic to it, and and he's on the phone, with his former superior, and he's also like, they punch like, hey, if you get in the way of my wife again, and he just, they just had that tension going on, and then basically Mother's Milk and Frenchie were just like bystanders, like, all right, like, do we stay out of this one or what, like? But yeah, I really love that tension there between the two of them. That was fun. I'm glad that things are patched up now, at least as far as we know, but.
For the moment, you know, I feel like they'll probably explode a couple more times. It seems like Mother's Milk is the only one out of the bunch that actually really cares about him, that actually cares about what happens to Huey and isn't trying to use him and stuff like that. And so, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that friendship develops too. So
true.
Okay, let me get some of these chats here so we're not too far behind on everybody. We're not ignoring you guys. We're trying. So Betty Rage, it's an outstanding representation of the real world. Yes. Paul Tackett still can't beat the deep in the dolphin scene from season 1, the dolphin in the van. Titan Goji, the deep has some of my favorite moments in the series. It's hilarious seeing him deal with the insecurities while everything is coming down around him. Yes, absolutely. Paul Tackett, Luke and Tantan. Connor McMuffin asked, "What about the?"
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Do you know what he's talking about?
No, refresh my memory.
So in The Empire Strikes Back, they're on an ice planet.
Oh yeah. I thought it would smell on the inside.
Frostbite.
Yep.
Yeah. He cuts up in the Tantan and puts him in
there.
Oh,
sorry. I didn't catch. It's been a while. I'm sorry.
I totally forgot about that. That's a really good reference.
Yeah.
Gross.
Connor McMuffin asked, what about the official MK11 tournament? Will you take part? Probably not. Betty Rage, I'm with you, Jay. That scene was freaking amazing. Thank you. Right, Mark? And finally, okay, I think I caught up now.
All right.
So I'm interested because I don't know how to feel about the deep. Yes, Mark mentioned earlier about complex characters. I feel like he's a little too complex for me, and I really don't even know how to feel about him. I'm just kind of like, this dude is everywhere. He's got some issues he's to deal with.
He's a little too weird.
And I love how he confronts Starlight, and she's just like, stop.
Yep. Dude, I got something to say on the deep. Okay, so you guys remember that scene where his gills were talking?
Yeah.
Do you know who that was?
Yeah.
That was Patton Oswalt.
Oh, that's great.
I just found out today.
Yeah.
Oh, no. His gills are talking to him. That's too much for me.
I know, it's just funny how he's so self-conscious about it, and then of course my Homelander's like, hey, your fucking gills are showing, your shirt's ripped, your fucking gills are showing, dude, cover that shit up.
Right. Just when he gets his confidence, yeah, he just tears it down in a second.
That's probably where it came from to begin with. Like early on,
Right.
put a suit on and covers those things up. He's like,
Right.
you talking about these? Like, oh no.
And then of course in season 1 where the girl was playing with them, like
Yeah.
Oh,
and then,
yeah. No, that was weird.
that was
That was a little much for me too.
yeah, I think I squirmed just a little bit, like, ugh.
I might have done one of these. Like,
Can you imagine,
oh, no.
like, it's a bitch. Imagine like a bitch was like playing with your lungs, you know, like.
No, I don't wanna. No.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
I'll pass.
I'm very, very uncomfortable right now.
I'll pass. No.
Cat in the chat says, my friend says the Deep gives her emotional issues because of his emotional issues.
Right, he makes you anxious. Like his anxiety becomes yours. Like I'm like, oh, he's got so many issues, all in one little bald head now. What are you doing?
You know, everyone he did
Right.
to Starlight, like, you know, the way he deserves that shit, dude. I know you're conflicted because you kind of want to root for his redemption, but you know all these guys are assholes, though. That's the
Right.
thing.
It's just
All of them.
Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, it's a bunch of horrible people trying to. It reminds me in a way because that's how I used to get a lot of people to watch Game of Thrones. They'd be like, "What's it about?"
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, a bunch of horrible people, all trying to be
Right.
worse than the other, and they're all trying to come out on top. That's it, and that's what
Right.
it reminds me of. It's just, he's a lot for me though. It's a lot.
And you know, I'm hoping we see a little more of A-Train. I feel like A-Train's really. I'm hoping when we get more episodes, because the thing is about A-Train right now. Hold on, let me flip these pictures here. Is that he knows, what Starlight's been up to and whatever, and the whole scheme
Right.
there, and of course now he's scared of shit of Homelander as well. So I'm wondering how that's gonna play out.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm well over A-Train. I'm ready for him to have a heart attack for real and just like die off. Like he's my least favorite character in the entire show. Probably the realist, like probably the most honest about like who he really is. You know what I mean? Like, cause he's the same person to everybody.
Yeah.
So in that way, it's refreshing. But to actually watch him like do what he does and like to not really care about anything except for like money or like, like whatever he can get out of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just irritating to watch him, so.
Well, he kind of just reminds me of that cocky star athlete that's on the roids and everything. That's where I feel like the
Right.
symbolism's coming from, because he's like the competitor. He wants to be the fastest guy on earth, and he'll do anything to do it. He loves the fame. He loves the attention. He'll do anything for fame,
Right.
even killing his girlfriend. Like,
Right. And one thing that like I really think is missing, or maybe I've missed it, like as far as like watching all these episodes, because I haven't rewatched any of them. So one thing that I think is really missing is like there's no real like vengeance, like there's no real like aimed vengeance at A-Train. Like, you know what I mean? Like if I was Huey and like I was holding my girlfriend's hands and then that's all I was holding because of him, I would be like laser focused on killing him specifically. And you don't see any of it, you know what I mean? Like with Huey, or, like there's no like dynamic that you can point to. There's really no like there's not enough interaction between those two characters at all. So, if there's like a weak spot in the show, I think it's that. I think that, like,
you're missing the conflict.
Yeah, like there should be a little bit more of that, I think, in this show.
Yeah, I think what's going on right now is we're seeing kind of like a shift. In the first season it was Huey versus A-Train. Now it's more of Starlight versus A-Train, and they're both kind of like trying to like keep it under the radar.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like and that's a really good point. I feel like somewhere, and like I think I'd have to go back and watch to see like Huey is basically on a totally different trip now, right? From his original trip. He's now on Butcher's page. And he somehow got caught in this like thing. And he's lost sight of why he even started. He's just like revenge. It's like, wait a minute, right? And I guess, I imagine he's gonna have a moment. He's gonna wait, how did I even get here? What am I doing? This has nothing to do with me. You know, and I'm wondering if that's maybe even part of their conflict, is that he realizes that I've been dragged into something like that. This is not, he doesn't
That's
even
not
know
even
how
for me.
Right, this is not for me. I don't even know how I got here. But because of his girlfriend, he can't turn back regardless. And so, you know, that's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. But I love so I think we specifically talked about him as a character. I love Butcher so much.
Yes.
I want that to be my best.
Yeah,
that's my boy, man. I've always loved Carl Urban, man. What really did me in? What really did me in for Carl Urban was, did you guys see Dredd?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Which character was he in Dredd? I haven't seen it in so long.
Sorry,
what?
I'm flipping
Judge Dredd?
Yeah, what character was he?
He was Judge Dredd.
Yeah, he was Judge Dredd.
Wait,
he was the main dude.
That was him?
Yeah.
That was him.
Oh.
I thought you were joking. I thought you were kidding around.
Oh no, I really gotta go back and watch that movie. That was the one with the drugs, right? With the awesome.
Yes.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, in that big apartment building. Yeah.
Hot dog. I gotta go watch that again because he didn't have any facial hair.
No.
Did he?
Well,
No,
stubble.
right.
Just stubble. Yeah.
That's
and of course, you didn't see his face. You never saw his face.
Okay. All right. Cause I'm like, well, that's the same dude. I'm so lost in the sauce.
Dude, it's all good, man. No. Sorry, I lost my train. Sorry, I was concentrating flipping the pictures for everybody here because we shifted gears to. But yeah, I think on you're talking on the boys right now. The Butcher's my favorite character. As far as the 7, oh my god, again at one point it was Stormfront, but no longer. But Butcher hands down is my dude. Is my dude.
I might still date her. I'm gonna be honest with you. I might still date her.
No,
even though she's like flat out racist.
I love that. We saw this coming when the dude goes by and he's like, "What's going on?" And next thing you know, you just see him fly out the window. I'm like, "She threw the brother out the window." And then the whole building just goes whoosh. I'm like, "Oh,
right."
Yeah. She's got issues, I don't know. As long as she likes me, I don't know. It might be okay. Oh, hot mess. So I took I wrote some stuff down, but I circled because this was obviously the opening of the whole second season was Black Noir, and this dude is fascinating to me, but you don't know anything about him. And I just thought that was the coolest
thing. And you don't see enough of him to really make anything out of him either. You know what I mean?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Up until now, we've only ever seen him sitting at the table, writing stuff down. And I'm like, maybe he doesn't have any powers. I was like, maybe he's just like a ringer of some kind,
Right.
And then he's like, oh, he's got a lot going on. Yeah. What did you guys think of that? That opening?
I'd seen that opening before because that was part of a teaser.
Okay.
And so when I saw it the first time, I was like, dude, that was what kind of drew me. I don't want to say it drew me in because I was gonna watch season 2 anyway. Yeah. But that's what got me hyped about it. That whole sequence where the guy's like burning truth and he blows up the whole building and he's just still standing there. and the next scene you just see his head, you just see him carrying his head. I'm just like, all right, I can get behind this guy.
Did you guys watch the Vought commercials?
Yes, I did.
Watch those? Oh, because
they're on. Yeah, if you go on Amazon Prime, they're lined up there. Yeah, I saw the one where they show Homelander and his son this is my dad, and he's drawing pictures of the dead bodies and whatever. Yeah, there's three Vault promos there. If you go on Amazon, yes. I think they're on YouTube as well.
But there's one when Black Noir, one where he appears, but it's almost like comic relief because it's the very end and he just flashes and he's just standing there with his arms crossed and it's 5 seconds and it's done. He doesn't say anything, he doesn't move.
Yeah, I'm hoping we find out what the hell's going on with that dude.
Oh my gosh, but yeah, that dude is wild and obviously like the others, no.
Connor McMuffin, thank you. By the way, thanks for the compliment. Appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, pleasure.
Yeah.
No anything. No moral compass. I'll kill ladies. It's like it don't matter. I was just like, whoa, man. Yeah. So interesting.
All right, I'm just looking at the chat right now. So one character we didn't really cover, Queen Maeve.
Okay.
So I'm seeing a lot of people talking about like her struggles right now. She's like, out of the spotlight, and she's seen, she's visiting her lover there that's in the hospital and whatnot.
Right.
So she actually seems to be, other than Starlight, she seems to be the most human character of the 7, and one of the most conflicted ones. Obviously, she was there in the airplane and she saw all those people die and whatever.
Right.
So I'm waiting to see if she finally steps up against Homelander eventually. That's what I'm waiting for.
I think they're building up to that, at some point, but I don't think we'll see that until maybe the end of this season.
Or I think maybe she'll
season.
side with Stormfront.
Right.
And maybe she'll push for Stormfront to be the new leader. Just a thought.
Maybe the only thing about that is that I feel like she kind of feels, I think that she has a fear. Well, she has a couple of fears, right? So she has like the fear that Homelander will go berserk and kill the people that she loves. And then the other fear is that she's done a lot of dirt. And so Homelander knows all the dirt that she's done, and has sort of pushed her into those things. She feels tremendous guilt about that. But, I think that is a big way that he's able to control her.
Yeah.
And it's a big way to ensure that she never turns on him. I think at some point she will, but I don't think we're going to see that for a while.
Yeah. All right, what else we got here?
She's so delightful, though.
Yeah, she is. Yes, she is.
She could be my girlfriend. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, she'd be my queen. I wouldn't mind that at all. Wonder if she keeps that costume around, Just saying.
Oh, good luck.
Just saying.
Loving it.
Oh, man. Sorry. You go. I'm a geek. I can't help it. Geek fantasies, it's just... I'm sorry. Okay, let's shift gears.
It is what it is.
All right.
Anyways, how's everybody doing? All right, let's get some of these chats here. Let's see. Cat F, kid coloring pools of blood, kind of creepy. Yes, that was actually... I thought that was funny. Connor McMuffin, I hate my fat thumbs. I feel you there. I'm bad at typing stuff, too. Let's see. Paul Tech is saying there'll be a huge reveal for Noir. He thinks he's the Batman of the 7. I think so, too.
I agree.
That's a good theory because we haven't seen his powers. Maybe he doesn't have powers, but maybe he's in that suit. I don't know. Who the hell knows? Stormfront is racist.
Is it the suit that makes him? Yeah. Is it the suit that makes him indestructible, or is that an ability that he has?
Yeah.
Oh.
Good theory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Titan Goji going to step out for a bit. All right, man. See you. Thanks for dropping in. Cat F, the trailer has her saying we'll take her down, and it seems to be in reference to Stormfront. Oh, okay. So Cat F was saying in the trailer for season 2 that she wants to take down possibly take down Stormfront because it says want to take her down. So that's probably something we haven't seen yet. So maybe she's with Homelander then, and so.
Well, I mean, yeah, it could be her. But, I mean, her could be a lot of people, right? It could be Kamiko, because she's on the opposite side of things.
Yeah.
It could be Starlight. It could be Starlight because she's the one that leaked the information about the Compound V. Maybe they found out who did that, Yeah, so, I don't know.
I think a huge issue, when you're talking about those conflicts is, because I was thinking about this, I don't think I was really intrigued about Black Noir because you kind of see he takes this huge punishment with no real consequence, right? But collectively, they're all as powerful as Homelander. But individually, none of them are as powerful as Homelander. And it's interesting for that conflict because no one person could stand against them, I don't think. I mean, it's possible that one of, maybe we don't know. I think Stormfront might be that possibility. Someone who's equally as powerful as him. I was reading something. I didn't even catch this. I guess I was reading someone said that she can levitate. And I was like, I didn't even catch that. I was like, oh, cool. So, it'll be interesting to see because it has to be I'm imagining some tandem of people to confront him in any real way. And so that's so intriguing, to me, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, hold on. Paul Tackett seems to know something. I'm assuming he must be a fan. He must read the comics. So Paul Tackett's just saying, do you want me to tell you? Yes. Tell us what's going on with Black. I don't care. Tell us what's going on with Black Noir. If you really know, Paul, spill it. We want to hear it.
Oh, for sure. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Spoiler
Fallen Gaming
alert.
also said he just started watching Cobra Kai, loving it. So I haven't watched it yet. That's on my list. I haven't watched it.
Yeah. All you guys are late. I watched it when it was on YouTube.
I was gonna
both
say.
seasons.
Oh, see, I
Yeah.
only watched season 1 because I paid for it, and then my membership ran out, and so I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna wait on season 2."
No,
And I just
I'm
never
on
got
it.
around to watching it. Oh, you gotta watch it.
I will. That's
season two
that's
is more
top of my
like.
list.
Yeah, season 2 of that show is more like the movie, right? So like the students in the Cobra Kai school actually all become badasses, and they then like start to act like the Cobra Kai from the original movie.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of like those kind of flashbacks, like those kind of notes. That's really cool. And then I think this is in season 1, and this isn't a spoiler or anything,
Yeah.
but you see like some of the scenes from the early movie, like as told from the point of view of Johnny, as opposed to Daniel. So like he's like the protagonist in that story, and Daniel is the bully. And it's like a crazy the way that they spin that around actually is like, in my opinion, pretty good writing. It's really cool.
I just
Have you
saw
ever watched-
Paul's comment. But go ahead, Dion. I'll say it later.
Oh. No, go ahead. I
Okay,
saw
well
that.
before I get to Paul's comment, I just want to say, Master Pacina. I don't know if you guys saw Master Pacina on Facebook. Him and some of the other casts from the Mortal Kombat game posed with the guys from Cobra Kai. I don't know how old the picture is, but he posted it on Facebook. I reposted it. But yeah, Master Pacina, Philip Ahn, who played Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat 2, and I can't think of the
Richard
Divizio, and the chick that played Katana. I'm sorry, I can't remember. Catalan. Anyway, they posed with the cast of Cobra Kai, and
that's so cool.
Nice.
Pacina posted it. It's freaking awesome.
Oh, I
Nice.
gotta check
Okay,
that out.
so to Paul's comment. Okay, so anybody who doesn't want to know what's possibly going to happen in season 2, plug your ears. But here's what Paul says, because I'm assuming he reads the comics. He's saying that Black Noir is a clone of Homelander.
Oh, how great would that be?
Yeah.
We haven't
how
seen
great
his face. Like,
Oh,
that
my God.
makes perfect sense.
That does.
It does. It makes perfect sense.
Oh,
Because, yeah, like there's so many like possibilities. Like there's so many things you can take from that. We know that like the show deviates from the comic in a lot of ways, so we don't know if they're gonna keep that. But if they do, oh my God, like that. There's
like
so
I said,
many
he's the
different
biggest
things.
question mark, honestly. And
Yeah.
he's just in the background all the time, and like I don't know why more people are not talking about it, but like there's gonna be some kind of reveal. I bet you like at the end of the season with Black Noir, there's something. And then
can't
Paul
wait.
just gave us
Yeah.
the biggest possibility. Like, all right, so that will.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
So let's go back to Homelander. Okay,
Yeah, it's not even so much a spoiler as it is like a teaser. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, well, this new information actually colors the story a little bit more. So yeah, we appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, so I just
Absolutely.
posted a picture here of Homelander with his son. I love the scene. I thought it was funny. I mean, maybe... Okay, I'm a little demented because I thought it was funny. When he pushed the kid off the roof, his son off the roof,
Yeah.
he's like, time for you to fly, son. I was laughing so hard, you know what?
He pushed him so hard.
I
though.
know. Here's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody, listen, has that one relative, or maybe their father was a hard ass, who knows, but you know how like some of your strict fathers out there who just like, son, you're gonna learn how to fucking swim. Son, you're gonna learn how to fucking
Yeah.
ride a bike.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, Dad, I don't want to, Dad. And your dad just pushes you down the hill, and you're on your bike, and you fall
Yeah.
off your bike, or if he throws you into the pool, and he's like, oh my, help,
Yeah.
I'm drowning, you'll be fine, kick your feet. Like, that's what that scene reminded me of. I had a laugh. I'm like, oh my God. And he just pushes him off the roof. He's like, see, he's
pushed-
fine.
All I can say is he pushed him so hard. He was like, zoom.
That was
Right.
a great
And then
special effect.
he wasn't worried about it after either. Like he was just like, Like, you know what I mean? Like, you would think that, like, oh, well, maybe he doesn't have powers. Maybe I just killed him. Nah, he's like, it'll be fine.
So Mark, Dion, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. So his son. So I know the whole vault thing and the powers. It's obviously an injection. Like, is his Homelander's son like the first like biological like person with powers, or was he like injected too?
I don't think he was injected too, was he? I think like
no, I don't. We don't know.
Born like that. Yeah.
So
that's
it's genetically so the vault can genetically make these people, but then they can be passed down to the next generation.
Yeah. Right.
So that adds a really interesting dynamic. Is I know the whole slogan of the show is heroes are made, not born, but this kid could be the very first born hero, or he could be a hero because he looks like he's hating his father. I mean, spoiler alert, like right now he's like pissed off at his dad. Maybe he doesn't want to be like his dad,
Yeah, but when those eyes lit up, it was on.
Yeah.
Yeah, got notes of Brightburn right there.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
For
Brightburn.
anybody that's seen that.
Oh, you gotta see it.
I know.
Yeah.
I stand by that movie.
No, I definitely want
You
to watch
told me
it.
about that movie when I was on your show. Like, you were like, oh, yeah, what do you think of Brightburn? I was like, what? What is that?
When you see it, you'll know exactly why I get so excited about it. Like, the ending of the movie is the best part, like, for sure. So, yeah.
I can only imagine. I'm hoping. I know Mark is a huge fan, and so am I. The Injustice run of comics. I love the game.
Oh yeah,
that's
my favorite.
Listen, I love Superman as a bad guy, as a tyrant. I mean, I don't think we're gonna get an Injustice movie anytime soon. But if we can get an Injustice animated movie, I would love an animated Injustice film. Oh my God,
that would
please!
Be cool.
They just finished the New 52 run. Please give us an Injustice movie, please. Animated DC animation, please.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, Titan goes. I'm with you on that one, Titan. I haven't seen Brightburn yet either, dude. So.
Gotta see it. I'm telling you, missing out.
I know it's on. Is it streaming anywhere for free, or do I gotta rent it?
I think you gotta rent it. I think I saw it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm almost certain.
Okay. Yeah, I'll find it.
Yeah, for sure. Oh.
Yeah, and James Gunn directed that movie too. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you know it's good.
Good action. The dialogue could be better. So yeah, it's right up the alley.
Now, question: is it rated R or is it PG-13?
I think it's R, isn't it?
I think it's
can look
R.
that up
Okay,
real quick.
so it's a hard R. So there's some bloody.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ratings are super important in J. Like, we argue about this all the time. Like, like, I don't care about the rating. Like, when it comes to comic book movies or superhero movies, I don't care as long as they write it well. He's like, no, like, it's got to be R because, like, there's more gore, more violence and stuff like that.
Right.
And he's got a point.
It helps. Yeah. Well, so actually, Jay, I know this goes back to a conversation you guys had before. What was the rating of New Mutants?
PG-13.
Oh.
Okay, you guys want to talk about New Mutants for a little bit? I don't mind. I mean, we've pretty much covered all the boys stuff. I mean, if you guys want to do some open floor stuff, let's open up the floor here. Let me just change the pictures around here. Sorry, I'm just so many pictures queued up here. Oh, Blackburn is rated R. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
If you like the boys, you'll totally appreciate Brightburn. I think it's right up the same alley. Very similar. Yeah.
Okay, so New Mutants. Okay, so those who haven't seen it, I don't know if you guys watched our review. So I went to Scranton, Pennsylvania and saw New Mutants because the theaters in New York are not open yet, unfortunately. So New Mutants was, I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it either. It's like I said, I give it 5 out of 10, and it's just what let me down was when you saw the early trailers. Like New Mutants was like it was teased as like a horror movie with X-Men characters, and I was all about it. And Mark even asked me in our review, like, "Hey, like, did this movie like seem like a horror movie?" And I'm like, "No, it wasn't." I mean, it was kind of like it wasn't tense enough. Like the horror elements were like sprinkled in there. It wasn't like this movie should have been a more terrifying movie. That's what I wanted, and they didn't give it to us.
And that's like it kind of goes you're saying like the early trailers I saw because I'm just fascinated by that concept of taking like a superhero movie and just turning it into a horror film.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you guys what's the I can't remember the name of it. Bobcat Goldthwait made a movie a couple years ago. That was a horror film.
Mm-hmm.
It was marketed as a documentary. So I walked into the movie thinking it was a documentary.
Okay.
Right.
About half hour for the end, I'm like literally almost under the seats. So I was like,
wow.
What kind of movie is this? And then I walk out like, oh, it was a horror. Like, I'm terrified. I'm sitting there like this. Girls are looking at me like, what's wrong with that dude? Like, the concept of taking a horror film with superheroes is just fascinating to me.
Right.
And if it didn't reach that, then, like, a horror film can be so great,
Yeah, no, I wanted that in New Mutants. I really did. I love the characters though. Don't get me wrong. Like Magic and Sunspot, like they're all fucking awesome, and they're great cast, great chemistry. That's the one thing that New Mutants has got going, is that it's a great cast with great chemistry. And the setting's cool, but it just wasn't enough horror elements, and it was just a very underwhelming finale. The special effects and the editing were spotty. Again, it's not the worst X-Men movie, but far from the best. Again, it's worth the watch, but VOD. Just wait. It'll be there.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously I had very high hopes for it because I'm a fan of the comic book and stuff, but like there were so many factors that kind of pointed to that I didn't want to accept. You know what I mean? Like $30 million budget. So, like they don't have like a big budget for effects. The fact that it kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back.
Yep.
This movie was made like prior to the Fox Disney merger, but after that happened, Disney got involved and like made changes like to the edits. I predict a director's cut. There has to be a director's cut out there that's like a little bit or coming out that's going to be different, because that can't be, based off of what you're saying, that can't be like Josh Boone's intention to release the movie the way that it sounds.
I'm sure there's multiple cuts of this movie, and it just never, just the version we got was probably one of the reasons why it was postponed so many times. And I'm sure the merger did not help its cause. Dark Phoenix didn't help its cause. So like, I'm sure there's another cut out there we're never gonna get. So like, it's just a thing. Yeah, I just want to tackle this comment real quick. To be honest, Connor McMuffin says, to be honest, I'm kind of lost. It might help if you guys have segments jumping around. The show has potential. No offense, but I like it so far. Thank you. I appreciate the comment. This was kind of like an open floor show. we wanted to just do the show about the boys, and now we got our points across. So now we figured we just kind of open up the floor a little bit and engage with you guys. So if anybody's got anything, by all means. But I appreciate. We're trying very hard to make the we're a work in progress. We appreciate the honest comment there. Thank you.
Feedback.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll take that feedback.
And I apologize. I'm so random.
Yeah, I mean, I think tonight, like we're all kind of just like flying by the seat of our pants, like we were talking about the show, then we were kind of talking about this movie and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, for anybody that's like confused about what we're saying, we apologize.
Yeah, it's an open floor, guys. It's open floor. We're here just shooting the shit, having fun. It's a hangout tonight, so it's the boys hangout, so. No, I appreciate you coming in, though. I hope we earn your subscription, though. We promise, we have a lot more content. We do these streams every Thursday, so definitely appreciate the feedback, and definitely hope you come back for more. I really do appreciate it. We're kind of new to this thing, and we're working hard every day to make the show better. So, again, thank you. I appreciate the feedback. I really do. Anyway, so, all right. So, what you guys got? What else? Give us something. We got a little bit of time.
Right now, I'm just
talking to us, or you talking?
No, I'm talking to everybody. What do you guys got? Mark, Dion, come on, give me something.
I was just
Chat, give me something.
New episode. I want that next episode tomorrow. That's it.
I'm hoping. Listen.
Yeah, it is tomorrow.
But here's the thing. It might be tonight, because when I ended up watching the first 3 episodes of The Boys last Thursday at like midnight, going into Friday. So it actually might be up tonight. If you're going to stay up till midnight tonight, it might be up tonight.
That's perfect. Because also, I want to not to jump again, but introduce the show on Hulu. If you've not seen premiere yesterday, I watched the first episode. I thought it was hilarious. It's called Woke. Check it out.
I saw
the name.
It looks awesome.
It premiered last night at 11 o'clock. I watched like the first episode and was like, yeah, I'm coming back for more. So I'll watch that tonight at 11, and then if I can watch The Boys at 12, that's perfect. Because I don't work tomorrow.
Right.
So that's just
All right.
that's perfect for me.
All right, I'm going to tackle some of these chats here. Kat says, kind of random, but Stormfront's look reminds me of the girls in Motherland. I don't know Motherland.
I've never seen Motherland. Yeah, I've never seen Motherland.
I'm not familiar with Motherland. Yeah, I'll have to look that up.
Titan
Yeah,
Gochi,
sure.
how do you feel about there being a RoboCop series without RoboCop? Fuck that shit. Did you hear about that, Mark, today?
No. A
So
RoboCop
they're saying
series
that there's a
without
TV
RoboCop?
series.
Like, how's it gonna work?
So there's a TV series of RoboCop about Robo. It's a prequel to RoboCop. So basically, a show about the police force but without RoboCop.
Okay.
It's a show about Detroit.
Why?
Yes,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Okay.
No, yeah,
Oh,
Titan
so
Gochi. Yeah,
just-
fuck
it's
that.
just like a basic cop show.
Yeah, fuck
I mean,
that.
what's
No.
the point of it? Yeah.
See, I thought we were getting RoboCop Returns. Like, I thought they were make a sequel. They're gonna ignore all the other RoboCop sequels and the reboot, obviously, and do RoboCop Returns with Peter Weller. I
Right.
thought they were doing that. I don't know what happened, and now I'm hearing there's gonna be a RoboCop prequel series. I hope it doesn't happen. Don't do the green light. Come on, we don't want that shit.
Yeah, I mean, is that really happening, or is it just like in development?
In development.
Because you get these announcements. They're like, okay, this is what we're thinking of doing, but then it just doesn't.
Yeah,
it
no,
doesn't
it's in
happen,
development.
so.
It was on Superhero Hype today. It's definitely like it's not like fake news. It's actually like something like it's in development right now. And like
They're working on. Right.
What I am interested in though is HBO Max. We talked about, Mark, the Gotham PD show about the Pattinson Batman.
Yeah, I'm actually like kind of interested in that too.
I really just want Jeffrey Wright in it.
Well, yeah, we can hope that he's in it, But yeah, I just like the premise of that. I used to read, and I mentioned this on like an episode that we did on our podcast. There's a comic book series that came out in like the early 2000s called Gotham Central, and it's just about the Gotham PD. Batman's like barely in it. You get a few of his rogues, but it's all stories told from the officers and from the detectives in the police department. And it's riveting. I really like that series a lot. So I think they're going to draw a lot from that, from what it sounds, and if they do, and they keep that same vibe that it looks like Matt Reeves' Batman is going to have, I think it's going to be a great show.
All right. I dig that. Yeah, for sure.
All right. I'm trying to think what other shows are in development right now. Like, come on, give me something. What else is out there? Come on, chat. Is there any other shows in development out there right now that could pique our interest here? Here we go. Titan Gochi says Neil Blomkamp was doing RoboCop Returns, but MGM couldn't come up with an agreement. Oh my God, with his ideas, which was basically a follow-up to the first movie with a horror thriller edge, but they dropped it.
That would be awesome.
That would be yes. Yeah,
Man. Why did they let that go?
That's one of those concepts that's just so good, man. Add a little bit of just look on the horror.
A little something different.
And it was coming from the guy who directed District 9 and Chappie. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that could have been good. I love that idea. I would love.
I don't like that guy at all.
You didn't like District 9?
No, I thought it was horrible. And Elysium, no.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen Elysium. I saw Chappie.
Yeah, don't.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
The problem with Chappie was the inclusion of what's that band's name? I can't even think of their name.
They have a weird pronounced name.
Yes.
I forget what it's called now.
And I have way more
Dion's Word or something like that.
Yes, Dion's Word. I have more of their songs on Spotify on my Spotify than I'd ever be willing to admit to. But
Really?
I just don't want to watch them act. Like I just don't. I don't mind seeing them live. I've actually seen them perform live. Their music is so out there that it's just entertaining as all get out to me.
Right.
But their acting is like,
not that great.
Take another take, baby. Go back. Which take was that? I want to see number 9. Show me that one. Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to musicians, I mean, not everybody can be like Ice Cube or Ice-T or, you know.
No.
Lady Gaga is another one that's like really good.
Yeah. Their music. Do you guys listen to them at all?
Nah, afraid not.
I've only heard a few of their tracks. Yeah, like I'm not that well versed in their music.
It's like a full-on assault of the senses. Like I like it, but yeah, I don't want to see
weird.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah,
I don't see
it's weird.
Yo, Mark, I saw you post on Facebook today because I got my awesome Giants Wu-Tang hat. That the guy who wrote the series for the Wu-Tang American Saga just got a deal with HBO Max.
Yes, it's not a first look deal. I think it's like an all. What do they call it? An all over deal. I may be pronouncing that wrong or like calling it the wrong thing. But basically, it's similar to like the deal that Matt Reeves got for HBO Max.
Gotcha.
Which is like it's basically like, you know, you come up with an idea, it's gonna come out on HBO Max basically.
Yeah, HBO Max is finding its footing now, dude, with as far as their content. Because right now I'm really hooked on Lovecraft Country.
Yeah,
I love it.
So
have you seen that, Dion?
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna say, Jay, can I tell you that I finally watched American Pickle?
Yes, my man. What'd you think? Be honest. What'd you think?
Let me tell you. I actually watched it twice. I watched it and I hated it, and I was just like, wait a minute. I just did not like nothing about it. So I went and watched it again, and the second time I watched it, I was like, oh, okay, it's a cute movie. It's kind of fun. I don't know why. The first time I watched it though, I was like, why? Why does he like this? And the second time was much better. But yeah,
okay.
So I dug it. I don't know why the first time was so weird for me, but I dug it.
I don't know. Well, I'm glad you gave it I've only watched it once, but I like I said, I'm Seth Rogen's that's my homie, dude. I love that dude. He makes me laugh. Yeah. Everything he does, he makes me laugh. He's like the most charming, like goofy dude in Hollywood right now, and I just love watching his fucking movies.
Makes a cameo in episode 1 of season 2 of The Boys.
Yeah, because he's cool. The producer. Seth
right,
Rogen produces The Boys. Yeah.
Pops in like, shut up. What are you doing here? Keep it going. Oh, yes.
Shoot, hang on. No, kind of going back into that RoboCop Returns thing. You know what I want in a similar vein that hasn't been done because they keep fucking up. As bad as the Predator sequels are, I want them to make a new Predator sequel, ignoring all the sequels, and bring back Arnold as Dutch and make it a true Predator sequel with Dutch. That's what I want. If you're gonna make any sequels to any '80s movies and we're gonna do like a semi-reboot, kind of like what the new Halloween movie did, bring us a new Predator movie with a fresh take on it, and bring back Arnold as Dutch, please. There's your Hollywood movie pitch right there.
I can get behind that.
That's my Hollywood movie pitch.
That.
Yes.
I can live with that.
Connor McMuffin, do you ever torture yourself by watching a really bad movie, but you like it because it's so bad? Yes! I can think of many. The Room.
The one that Netflix made. Kung Fu something.
Kung Fury.
Kung Fury!
They're making a part 2 right now. It's filming.
I wish she was here. I watched that with my friend Denise, who actually, me and her share the same birthday. We watched that. It would have been maybe 2 years ago. I've never laughed so hard in all my life. I was like, I don't know what's going on, but it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll bring up a movie that's been preached on the other kaiju channels, one certain kaiju channel. This movie called The Greasy Strangler. That movie is bad, but it's great at the same time.
Write that down.
I know Mark's like giving me that look because I showed him some clips of it. You can find Greasy Strangler on Amazon Prime. Think like Napoleon Dynamite meets the Toxic Avenger. It's so weird, but you can't help but keep watching because it's so out there. just watch it, and it's so bizarre, and it's disgusting, like, nudity in it, and over the top kills, and stupid dialogue, and it's funny as hell. And Matt from Monstrosities is the one that got me hooked on that movie, and I've been showing it to all my friends who come over, and everyone's laughing. It's bad, but it's great. I know Mark. I try to convince Mark. I can't bring him in. I try to lure Mark in. So Dion, if I can lure you in,
it's gonna have to be a real slow night for me to watch that one.
I'm reluctant.
I'm not alone.
Check out anything.
I'm not alone. Kat says Denise tried to get me to watch that. Kat, watch that movie. I'm telling you, you will not regret it.
I'll give it a go. I'll watch anything once, but yeah, I'm one of those people, like, no matter how bad a movie is, I have to get to the end. I'm very similar with my reading. I've read books that have taken me like 3 years to read, but I got to that last page. I'm just like, why am I still doing this? It's just this weird compulsion I have. So yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, it's getting close to 9 o'clock. Last call. Open. Hey, okay, to the chat. Last call. Open floor. The bar's closing. Come on, bring us something. Give us something. It's last call right now.
Absolutely.
Titan Goji, the English dub for the live-action Devilman.
I've never seen that.
I don't know. See, Titan Goji, he knows, like, all these kaiju movies and all these foreign flicks and all these other, like, obscure movies, so he's got an interesting take on movies.
Well,
so yeah, I don't know what Devilman is.
Well, I've never seen the live-action Devilman, but there's an anime called Devilman Crybaby, which is horrible. Like, it's it's one of those, like, I won't even say it's so bad. It's
Paul
good.
knows what
It's
he's
just
talking
bad,
about.
period.
So I see Paul in the chat. He goes, my peak is like, my curiosity's peaked now. I have to see this Devilman thing now because it's just, I'm curious. Wait, don't see it. He's saying don't see it.
I haven't seen the live action one.
I'm writing that down too. Wow.
Fall One Gaming says Samurai Cop. Oh my god. That's a bad one.
Oh no. Oh.
Oh yeah, like I said, I like The Room. That's a good who. I'm trying to think of other bad movies that are, like, worth watching that you have to watch because they're so bad.
I think you mentioned one with the Toxic Avenger. That's how I feel about that movie.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah,
that's a horrible movie, but yeah, I still love it.
One of my favorite lines ever. He's like, teeny boppers. You got quarters, teeny boppers? If so, cough them up. And he's like robbing these girls in the arcade. I'm like, why? Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think there's a bunch of 80s movies. Like, I could probably, like, going along, like, all those Traumaville movies to me are like that. I don't think there was ever.
Yeah, all the trauma movies.
Yeah. Oh.
But even like just from a mainstream standpoint, I'm probably gonna catch a lot of flack for this, but like Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze.
That's entertaining. That's fun.
If you watch it tonight, like, after not seeing it for years and years, you'll realize, like, just how bad that movie is. Like, it's a terrible movie, but I love it. Like when it's on, like, if I'm flipping channels, it's on, I'm still gonna watch it. But, you know, the martial arts in that, like the actual fight scenes are so bad. They're so terrible. like watching, Dion knows what I'm talking about.
All right, I
like,
respect that, right?
Yeah, there's a scene where, like, Patrick Swayze, like, kicks somebody into the water, like, does like a reverse. I think he does do like a reverse crescent kick, and it's ridiculous. As a kid watching it for the first time, I was like, "Oh, Dalton's so badass." But now, you know, years later, when you actually watch, like, good martial arts movies, and you go back and watch that, you're just like, Why did I like?
Oh yeah, we got the chat popping. The chat's popping right now. So Connor McMuffin says Kung Pao, the Gopher Nunchucks. Titan Goji says Troll 2. All I have to say is, oh my god. Connor McMuffin's my 5 Wives, yuck. Paul Tuckett says, see Dog Soldiers. Big. I don't know what Dog Soldier
Dog
is.
Soldier.
Says Roadhouse was good. Connor McMahon says Caddyshack 2. Yeah. The Caddyshack 1, great. Although, no. And then Chorea by Benny the Jet. Oh, Benny the Jet. Yeah, dude. Jackie Chan fought him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, no, I didn't know Benny the Jet was in other movies besides his 2 clashes with Jackie Chan. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. Oh, Sam Elliott in Roadhouse. Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah. I'll have to rewatch Roadhouse.
They were gonna remake that movie too. I'm
Yes,
so sad
yes.
that never happened.
Ronda Rousey, yes. They wanted to remake Roadhouse with Ronda Rousey as the female lead,
Yeah, as Dalton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm so sad that it happened because that was gonna be epic.
Yeah. That's
Oh my
talk about
gosh.
a movie so bad it's good. That would be one right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Epic. Oh yeah, werewolf. Oh, good lord, Jason X.
Oh
Jason
god,
X.
Jason X was so stupid. Okay, listen, I like the Friday the 13th movies, and I actually loved Jason Goes to Hell. I hated Jason X with a passion. I hated just the simulation scene was so fucking stupid. I'm sorry. Oh my god. And don't be wrong, his new armor and shit was cool at the very end, but the movie was so fucking bad. I mean, Jason in space. And speaking of, Fast and the Furious 9 is going to space. Confirmed today. The Fast and the Furious going to space.
All right.
I'll pass.
I stopped at Fast 5.
Now,
anyway.
which one was
Same here. Yeah, same with
Okay.
I hadn't watched any since the 5th one. Or no, the 4th one. I stopped after. No, the 5th one. Yeah, The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one with The Rock. Yeah, number 5. I stopped.
Yeah, the one with The Rock.
Yep.
That's the last one.
That's the last one I watched. So I stopped
see,
after that.
I've not even seen that one. I stopped at the one before that. So I've seen none of the ones with The Rock. I didn't see Hobbs and Shaw because I don't, but yeah, no.
Yeah. I didn't
Hold
see that
on,
one.
Titan Goji's got a good one. He says the Super Mario Brothers movie. Listen, I can get enjoyment. I know it's bad, but I can get enjoyment out of that movie.
Right.
Okay, it's just so like what the fuck, and then you got like a Mexican playing an Italian, and like I can get it's like the Street Fighter movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. I know it's bad, but I can get some kind of enjoyment out of it. It's just proof that like that was like
bad. That
you
movie
can't
is
make
terrible.
Mario Brothers. You can't really make. How do you make Mario Brothers into a movie? Like, it really wasn't. It was more like Jurassic Park meets Blade Runner meets like, I don't know, like dinosaurs with not the mom on Earl Sinclair. It was like a mishmash of that. And keep in mind, it was the '90s. Dinosaurs were everywhere in the '90s. Jurassic Park, Barney, Land of the Lost,
There was even a
dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs
Yeah,
TV show.
it was.
Yeah.
It was like the age of the fucking dinosaurs. Yeah, so. Mario Brothers movie, I bet you if it wasn't called Super Mario Brothers, I think it would have been received better.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But it still wasn't any good.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I just dropped one in the comments, and it's funny. Like I saw this movie so long ago, Dead Snow. Has anyone ever seen that?
I heard of
never
it.
heard of it.
I took a friend with me. She walked out in the middle of it. It's the only time I've ever had to leave a movie. And she was like, I'm out of here. I was like, wait, it's got to get better. and I watched it later on video. It didn't get better. But it's about Nazi zombies. It's wild. That's one that's kind of
good. Paul Tucker. Dude, I love this dude, Paul. He always comes up with stuff that. Interesting fun fact. Paul Tackett says Roadhouse was choreographed by Benny the Jet. I did not know that.
Oh.
I did not know, because I know Benny the Jet he still choreographs movies to this day. I did not know that he did Roadhouse. Wow, dude, Paul, you're the man, dude.
Yeah,
we love you, Paul.
Fact.
Thank you for coming. Paul shows up every week. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate your support. I really do. Really do.
Mark, please, because I feel like you give me your thoughts on this. I feel like as far as fight choreography now goes, John Wick, John Wick kind of took it for me. Like, if you don't, that's to me is now like the new standard. Like, you gotta meet standards, and it's tough.
Dude,
yeah, that's the thing. Like my, and that's my that's my struggle, right? Because like all like modern choreography, fight choreography is ridiculously good now, you know, and they actually train the actors, you know, really well, as opposed to like back in the 90s, you know, you either had really that couldn't act, or you had good actors that they would try to teach some martial arts to that just couldn't pull it off. You had to kind of just pretend like you know, like what they were doing was going to work. So yeah, like with like, you know, movies like John Wick and stuff like that. I mean, even like some of the like modern, like basically like any action movie now like really steps it up. And did I lose you guys?
No, you're still there. You lagged a little bit, but you're still there.
You're just like still pictures right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You're lagging, but we still got you. We still got you.
Last week.
For those who are asking, Mark had a not his fault at all. I guess there was a storm in his area, and it really killed the internet in his area, and him and his whole neighborhood are having internet problems. So luckily, we made it through the show. So anyone wondering what the hell's going on with Mark's connection, that's what happened. It was no fault of anybody specifically. It's just unforeseen circumstances. That's all.
Yeah. Shout out to Spectrum for kind of getting it right this time.
Good. Did you get your free month, Mark?
Not yet.
Get it.
As long as it's not a free month of this, you know what I mean? Like, I'll wait till it gets stable and be like, you know, now that it's fixed.
Yo, Connor McMuffin, I did not know this. Connor McMuffin says there was a Roadhouse 2. I did not know that.
Yeah. Who was in that?
I'm sure it wasn't Patrick Swayze. I'm sure there is. Connor, who was in?
I'm sure it was straight to video.
Yeah, Connor, who was in Roadhouse 2? Let us know. I'm just curious.
Oh no.
I think. So listen. All right. So hey, we're getting. I'm losing my voice. So I guess that's a sign. So Dion, we'll put the spotlight on you, Dion. Just so before we go, tell everybody about your podcast and where everybody can find you.
Yeah. My pod is just called Off the Beaten Podcast. I was on another podcast a couple weeks ago, and I love the way she summed it up. She said it's a love letter to Chicago. I was like, I'm still in that, and I ain't even giving you credit, but I did. But yeah, it's a podcast about Chicago people, and it's been a bit of a struggle during COVID, but I'm working through it. I have a website coming that's going to be out in the next 2 weeks. So everything kind of be a little bit more consolidated. So yeah, come check it out. Conversations with people, and that's about it. You know, it's real simple. So yeah.
Yeah, that picture flashing on your screen right now, that's his logo right there, Off the Beaten Podcast. That's flashing right now. So find his podcast. You can actually get a link to, if you go to the NerdCage homepage and all the channels that we're associated with, Off the Beaten's on there, and you can subscribe to his channel, and also he's on Podbean and everything else. We are huge fans of his channel. Mark has been on his podcast. We absolutely love listening. He just put up a new episode yesterday. It was really great. I love listening, and thank you for the shout out. So yes, Off the Beaten Podcast. It's very upbeat. He really talks about Chicago. He's the voice of Chicago, man. If you're a fan, if you're from Chicago or just curious about what's going on in Chicago, Off the Beaten Podcast is your show, man. We absolutely love it, man. We can't get enough of it.
Thank you, brothers. I appreciate you guys so much. And also, just a real quick, anybody who has nothing to do, I always say anybody who has nothing to do, because this is definitely one of those nothing to do things. If you don't know, Saturday is National Video Game Day. So I'm actually going to be streaming on my YouTube. I'm thinking like 9 to 11. I'm actually going to be playing Spider-Man. So I bought Spider-Man because of you, Jay. And so I'm actually going to be playing it and just, chatting, enjoying the day, celebrating a little bit. So anybody who has nothing else to do, because it's definitely a nothing else to do kind of day, that thing, come check it out on Saturday morning.
Yeah, and then this weekend, Mark and I, we're going to be recording 2 shows. So obviously we do the live streams with you guys, which is a lot of fun, but we also we do podcasts, and we do so our next 2 episodes we're going to do a look backs at the 20th anniversary of Almost Famous and the 10th anniversary of The Town with Ben Affleck.
The Town.
Okay.
2 great movies, man.
Yes.
I am so hyped to.
Oh, is the town that old though?
Yeah, 10 years this weekend.
I just watched that like 2 months ago. Jeez.
Yeah, hold on. Looks like we're losing Mark's connection here. So yeah. So The Town just turned 10. It's on Netflix. It's readily available. So we're gonna rewatch it and we're gonna do our thoughts, kind of like what we did with the Mortal Kombat and the Expendables and Scott Pilgrim. We're doing another great look back. I love doing these look back shows, so we're gonna be doing these so keep your eyes out for that. Hopefully they'll be up sometime during the week next week.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Mark just popped in the comments.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to wrap this up. Okay, so find Dion, find Off the Beaten Podcast, subscribe, and link up to his podcast. It's really good stuff. And, yep, there we go. So that's time for us to go. So listen, to you I say, so everybody, please, like, comment, ring that bell, spread that shit like syphilis. It's to USA from Louisville to Syracuse to Chicago to all of our friends and fans of the world at NerdCage Live. Enjoy life, stay safe. And good night, everybody. Thank you for coming in and hang out with us.
Thank you.
Ooh, trying to get out of the nerd cage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about NerdCage Live!